my name is Paul Walton and I'm driving an E-Type Series 1. But this isn't any E-Type Series 1, this is 77RW. This is the first production Roadster built in February 1961. It was also used at the 1961 Geneva Motor Show when the E-Type was first shown. It was being tested by Norman Jewis, Jaguar's late, great road tester, who got a phone call late one evening to say, bring the E-Type down, we need it for drives. So he hopped in a car and he drove overnight, and in 17 hours, he reached Geneva. The car was then used to give the public test drives around Lake Geneva itself. And everyone was amazed by the car's style, its speed, and Norman's driving. After the Geneva show, the car continued to be used for development by Norman Jewis. Eventually it was sold and went into private hands. In the 60s and 70s it fell into disrepair, and thankfully in 2001 it was restored, ready for the E-Type's 40th anniversary, where I, as a young man, took it down to Geneva for a big celebration. Today the car is part of the Jaguar Daimler Heritage Trust, where it is often seen at events all over the world. There is no doubt the Jaguar E-Type is one of Jaguar's most iconic cars. And as the very first Roadster, 77RW defines that iconic status. When you think of an early E-Type, you think of this car, or one very much like it. This is not so much a car as a work of art. But if we can forget the E-Type as an icon for the moment, what the car is a fantastic sports car of the 1960s. With its race brake technology and design, and that fantastic 3.8 XK engine at the front, it is one of the best handling cars of the 1960s. It is also a great racing car as well, as proved by winning events all over the world at the hands of some of the greatest racing drivers of the time. So 6 years after its debut, the Jaguar E-Type remains one of the most iconic cars around. It's as quintessentially British as the Spitfire, the Beatles, and moaning about the weather. Although we're going to start driving electric cars soon, I think in another 60 years, there's only one that we're going to be talking about, and that's this one. So what made the E-Type so popular in the 1960s? Well, firstly, it was its looks. Enzo Ferrari called it the most beautiful car in the world, and I doubt anybody would argue with him. Secondly, it was its performance. The XK engine at the front was race-bred, having won Le Mans several times in the 1950s. And finally, it was its price. It was much cheaper than its Italian rivals, and also those from Aston Martin. It became the car to own in the 1960s, and it still is.